And we're back working on the 1946 Dodge truck again. And what I do is I cut the dashboard, and I took that rounded piece of metal that was holding up the steering column, and I moved it over by about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. And so that way the slot which is on the other side of the steering column is now open and not being used. And I did that because the steering column is now pointed towards the left tire of the vehicle. And so whenever you're holding the steering wheel in your hands, it's a little bit tilted, but you can't really notice. And when you look through the steering wheel, the speedometer is in the middle of the steering wheel. And what you're looking at right now is on the driver's side. This is the steering column coming through, and right now I just have it bungee corded onto this support I made for the hood mount. And those hood latches are from a 1980 Corvette. I actually bought those on eBay for $12. And they make parts for them. You can buy new springs, you can buy new rubber parts. And right now the way it's set up, the spring is holding it up, and the reason it does that is because once it latches, the latch will hold it down, and the spring lets it pop up out of the latch. So this is the mount that the Corvette hood latch is connected to, and it's connected directly to the frame. So the whole entire front end is going to be connected to the frame and isolated from the cab. And then also, I don't know if you can really see it in that, you can see I started working on a firewall, and the firewall is back in about 5 inches. And I had to do that because of that header tube that's right in the back of the steering column. It's sticking way back in there. And also I can now take my valve covers off without having to remove the cab, which obviously I don't want to have to do that. So this is the passenger side hood latch mount, and same deal as the other side. And the driver's side will have a lever coming through the cab, and then I'll have to have a bicycle cable connect one latch to the other latch. And one advantage of doing it this way is I can always reach my arm up underneath of the wheel well and unlatch the hood if I really had to. It'd be kind of tough to do, but I don't have to worry about it getting stuck down. This is the firewall that I made, and I guess also you can see that slot that's not being used for the steering column. You can see how I've moved the whole steering column over to the left by one whole bolt hole. And I lose about 5 inches of foot space, but because I'm not cutting the cab, it really isn't that bad, because I'm just going to jack the seat up by about 1.5 inches, and then for me the seating is pretty good actually. And that's all I have for this one.